My name is Hon Chris Azubogu, representing the Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and Ekusigo Federal Constituency from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion on the rescission of the approval of the virement / supplementary budget for independent National Electoral Commission and security agencies for the conduct of the 2019 general elections. The House recalls the approval of the virement / supplementary budget for INEC and security agencies for the conduct of the 2019 general elections in the sum of 242,245,050,100 naira only, which is to be funded from the service-wide votes on the 16th October 2018. Aware that given some imminent issues of national importance, the virement / supplementary request cannot be implemented as earlier approved. The House resolved to resign the approval as contained in the votes and proceedings of 17th October 2018 and recommit same to the Committee of Supply for consideration. I so move.
Now invite the leader to move the House to resolve into Committee of Supply. Consider the report.
Please, I do move that the House do resolve to the Committee of Supply to consider the report of INEC virement. I so move.
Those against it say nay. The ayes have it. House hereby resolve into Committee of Supply in order to consider the report. Honorable Chris Azubogu, Deputy Chair, Committee on Appropriations, to brief us or to give us a synopsis of the report, and thereafter we will, in line with our traditions, consider the report item by item. So, Honorable Chris.
Thank you. And supplementary budget for independent National Electoral Commission and security agencies for the conduct of 2019 general elections. In the Joint Committee of both houses, the approved sum of 242,245,050,100 naira only as was approved as contained in the table below. INEC earlier appropriation was 45,500,000,000 naira, with present virement of 189,722,393 naira, will now bring a total appropriation of 234,507,272,393 naira. Office of National Security Advisor, with an earlier appropriation. Okay. Mr. Chair, the details are contained in the list. And also on number 2, as contained in the list, we also present for approval of the Committee of Supply the approved source of funding from ministries and departments of agencies and service-wide vote as contained in the table below, headed source of funding. So these are the issues that we have to present to the Committee of Supply. From the 30 MDAs presented, with consideration of total deduction of 20.9%, we got a subtotal of 121,122,525,050 naira. And from service-wide vote through the special intervention, where we had 500 billion, we also considered the deduction of 121,122,525,050 naira to give us a total sum of virement / supplementary approval of 242,245,050,100 naira only. I so submit.
Understand the presentation before us. First is that we have a document which is before the appropriation committee that contain lists of projects submitted by the executive from where we can source funding from. We can source funds from to fund the 2019 elections. And instead of taking out some of the projects completely from the budget, the joint decision of the appropriation committees of the House and the Senate is that we apply a cut of 20.9% across board on all those projects submitted by the executive in these 30 MDAs. Now, having done that, they arrive at the sum of 121,122,525,050 naira only. So that's amounted to 50% of what was being sought for. And then they decided to source for the balance from the service-wide vote special intervention program, which is 500 billion. So they took 121,122,525,050 naira only from there. That gave them the total amount that is required to fund the 2019 elections, including the security agencies. So in the first column, first page, you see the amount going to INEC, ONSA, DSS, Civil Defense, and the police. They are all as listed in the first item. We don't have to bother ourselves with that one. So immigration and everything is there. So the request that concern us is to approve the source of fund from ministries, departments, and agencies, MDS, and the service-wide votes as contained in the table below. So we will consider it one after the other, the seriatim, as they say. So from Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the virement is 11 billion. That's 20.9% of what they propose we should cut. It's 11,057,594,240 naira carried. Ministry of Budget and National Planning is 8,845,154,871 naira carried. Ministry of Communication Technology is 828,501,025 naira only carried. Ministry of Defense is 2,636,334,357 naira only carried. Federal Ministry of Education is 10,238,444,433 naira only carried. Federal Ministry of Environment, 2,006,248,705 naira carried. Federal Capital Territory Administration is 1,508,780,026 naira only carried. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, 1,737,637,743 naira only carried. Federal Ministry of Health, 8,059,195,896 naira only carried. Independent Corrupt Practices and Related Offences Commission, 157,080,000 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, 1,884,753,364 naira only carried. Ministry of Interior, 1,676,128,108 naira carried. National Human Rights Commission, 170,430,753 naira only carried. Federal Ministry of Justice, 557,939,433 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment, 2,727,731,478 naira only carried. Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, 461,396,320 naira only carried. Federal Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, 1,199,044,000 naira carried. Office of the National Security Advisor, 1,120,504,000 naira carried. Office of the Head of Service, Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, 38,746,400 naira only carried. Office of the Secretary of Government of the Federation, 6,734,088,743 naira only carried. Ministry of Petroleum Resources, 20 million. Because I had petroleum, so I thought 20 million is too small. 20,900,000. But Honorable Chris, could that be right? Is that okay? 20,944,000 carried. Federal Ministry of Power Works and Housing, 25,527,821,945 naira carried. Presidency, 1,247,843,520 naira carried. Public Complaints Commission, 48,171,200 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, 7,466,143,244 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, 7,085,582,899 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Transportation, 2,283,021,664 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Water Resources, 12,954,799,500 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, 319,699,353 naira carried. Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, 522,763,832 naira carried. Subtotal, 121,122,525,050 naira carried. Service-wide vote special intervention program, virement, 121,122,525,050 naira carried. Total virement supplementary approval, 242,245,050,100 naira only carried. So from what we have done now, the total saving is, that's the total virement that I read, which is now appropriated on page 1 that I referred you to earlier on as follows. 2018 appropriation for INEC was 45,500 million naira only. 2018 virement, that's what has been given to INEC in addition to what was approved for them in 2018, is 189,7,272,393 naira. So the revised total 2018 appropriation for INEC is 234,507,272,393 naira carried. Office of the National Security Advisor, 2018 appropriation was 37,467,339,426. 2018 environment is 9,481,500,000 naira only. So the revised total 2018 appropriation for ONSA, Office of the National Security Advisor, is 46,948,839,428 naira. Carried. 426 naira. DSS 2018 appropriation was 40,578,570,113 naira. 2018 environment is 10,213,282,455 naira. Their total revised 2018 appropriation for DSS is 50,791,852,568 naira. Carried. NSCDC, Civil Defense. Total 2018 appropriation was 79,260,507,756 naira. Environment, what we're giving them today is 3,573,538,500 naira only, bringing their total appropriation of 2018 to 82,834,042,256 million naira only. Carried. 82,834,042,256 naira only. Nigeria Police Force. Total budget was 324,220,893,212 naira only. Environment, what they have been given today is 27,341,317,433 naira only, bringing their total 2018 appropriation, including funding for the election, to 351,562,210,645 naira only. Carried. NIS, Nigeria Immigration Service. Total appropriation was 61,986,859,648 naira only. Environment, additional 2,628,143,000. 2018 revised appropriation to 68. So the total appropriation for this environment that is being money that is being provided and given to them for 2019 election is 831,259,220,255 naira only. While the total environment from the 2018 budget, which was allocated, is 242,245,050,100 naira only. Carried. Leader. I consider the report of the Committee on Appropriations and the Environment Supplementary Budget for Independent National Electoral Commission and security agencies for the conduct of the 2019 general elections and approve the report as presented. Leader, move for adoption of the report.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I rise to move the motion for the adoption of the report, progress report as so reported. As so moved.
Rules and Business.
Mr. Speaker, I do second.
In favor of the motion, say aye. Those against it, say nay. The ayes have it.